Let's do something different today. I'm going to show you guys my recycling bin, and we're going to talk a little bit about mental stimulation. Most people think that mental stimulation means that we're going to have to buy expensive toys, puzzle toys, and give treats to our dogs. When actually mental stimulation means that we're going to make our dog think, right? So I'm going to show you guys a few things. Let's talk about all this while I open my recycle bin for you. So basically, boxes. We're gonna first take a look at what is safe for them, and then after that I want to talk with you about textures, what is interesting, what your dog likes, and how to use this as a mental stimulation game. Okay, so things that are very safe are cardboard box, papers, and so those are bags that are made of paper, so I can use them. I don't use bags that are plastic because we never know. They might swallow it or something like that and get stuck, so I don't use this. And obviously, you're always going to think about this thinking of your dog. Does your dog like eating paper? Maybe you're going to have to ask your vet if that's okay. Or maybe you're going to avoid paper, you're going to use something else. Maybe it's something like the boxes that are a bit harder, right? So boxes like this, tea box, envelopes. Envelopes are really good ones for me. So you can put stuff inside. They are big enough to have like shoes inside, for example. Things that I don't like using is metal. Marvin loves metal. Whenever one of those go on the floor, he's like, oh gosh, that was so much fun, it makes weird noises. But I don't allow him to play with this because I don't think it's worth the risk, right? There is loads of things that he likes, it's not only metal. So I don't give to him this one, especially because he can cut himself on the sides. Let me know what you think about that. I don't like it. Personal preference. Egg box, that is a great one as well. What else we have here? Plastic bottles. I use those because I know Marvin loves hard plastic. So this lid, for example, going to become a toy, I'm 100% sure. And he's going to be clever enough to be able to open, so maybe I can put some things inside as well. So this is very useful for me. This one was already used, as you can see. So as I told you already, hard plastic is something that's very reinforcing for him. So those days I use quite a lot of hard plastic with him. So things like this that come like olives, hummus, things like that, I can reuse for him. And then something that I have here that I normally don't have is paper. Lots of paper. So paper is something I use a lot, and what I normally do is I use paper to wrap things in it. So it might be a treat, it might be a chew, it might be anything. I just really like using paper and to kind of add layers to my mental stimulation, and we're gonna get there. I'm gonna explain to you what does that mean, but I just wanted to show a few things. So this is a carton that actually is his food. I tried to use this before. It was quite fun because he didn't really want to go and get any treats from inside, but he enjoyed kind of destroying it. So maybe it's because it's a bit harder and more resistant, but he really liked this one. So I actually wash it and then I use it because I don't know, maybe it's his beard or something, but he doesn't like getting dirty. So yeah, fussy dog. I'm pretty sure some of you are gonna be gonna understand my problem. So those are the ones that Marvin most love. Because of the noise, and it's quite flexible, so he can bite in the middle of the can. But yeah, I don't use it, so you're gonna come to this side. This is one that again is just for him to bite and destroy. This was some kind of vegan chicken thing. So he likes to destroy the plastic, but I don't use with anything inside. And this is where it gets quite interesting when I talked about those two. Maybe you looked at this and you thought, oh, I cannot use this as mental stimulation because I cannot put anything inside, when actually it can become mental stimulation by itself because of the texture, because of the shape, because how it, like, maybe they're gonna jump on top of it and they're gonna slide on the floor. Marvin loves that. So it's more about what it offers than how you can wrap up something inside it. What else? Oh yeah, this one everyone uses and it's quite good. So I'm not going to spend any time on that. This is, if you don't, this is a toilet paper roll thing. Then we have things like this. I love things that have a lid that I can hide something inside. Those ones as well. And if you feel like it's going to be too easy for your dog, if you put a lid on top of this, then you can put like a, what is the name of that? Elastic band around it. So sometimes if I only have this and I want to do something a bit difficult, then I'm gonna start adding layers to that. But if you do think that your dog not gonna be able to discover how to open, even if it's just a lid, no elastic band, then you can put some, you can do some holes in the lid and then give to your dog, because at least this smell gonna make your dog try to find out. And maybe there is no like vacuum, so much easier to open. So silly things that can make our life a bit easier. What else do I have here? Oh yeah, so those ones are metal, right? And I don't know, I can't really decide if I gonna use this with Marvin or not. But again, it has this the noise that he likes, that I think he likes, but it doesn't really cut. It doesn't have that situation where he can get cut or anything like that. So I might experiment this one this week and see how he reacts. Every time I give Marvin a mental stimulation, especially with things that I didn't really know, I don't have a lot of history with him, I'm gonna pay attention and see what is going to happen, right? So I'm never gonna give a mental stimulation game and just turn around and go to do something else or leave my dog at home by itself, right? Every time I'm doing mental stimulation, I am with my dog. So this is why it's safe for us to experiment a little bit. But again, I don't want you to think that this is a recommendation for you, because I don't know your dog, right? I'm thinking about my dog that doesn't eat anything, he doesn't swallow anything. He's interested on destroying, on playing, on throwing in the air, or on getting the treats inside. So I know that this one could be a possibility for Marvin, right? So this one is something that I'm gonna test this week and see what's gonna happen. Another thing is, I don't know the name of this actually. Anyways, is a plastic, it's not plastic cup. What's the name of this? Anyways, is this, this thing that you guys know the name. So it's a cup for coffee, and let me open so you can see what kind of material. Can you see? Is that kind of material? I know the name in Portuguese, but it's so annoying that I don't know the name in English. Anyways, so this is not very safe if the dog eats it, okay? So be careful with that. If you will be with your dog, if your dog has any history of swallowing things, you need to be much more careful when you give your dog new things. My dog doesn't, as I already said, so I could experiment, but again, is that worth the risk? Maybe not, okay? So I would try and see if he likes to destroy, to open up, to shred to pieces, and I would pay attention what he's doing with the pieces. Normally what they do is they take a piece off and then they do blah, 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 and then they drop it on the floor. and then they take another piece off and drop on the floor again. So normally it's not very tasty, so it could be a good option. Again, don't know if I would use this with Marvin. I think I would test and see how he reacts to that. And then I have more paper, more cardboard box, and I think that's it. I think, oh, there is one more I think I want to show you. This one was used as well. So this is something that I use a lot with Marvin. So the treats bags, they normally have this Ziploc that you can just close and then open again, right? And of course Marvin doesn't have thumbs, so you're gonna open it, but he will open a hole on it and get the treats from over here. So sometimes I use this. Again, this can be it's something that I am 100% sure Marvin will not swallow, so I use it. But again, you don't have to. Okay, so, oh, and the small boxes like this are super useful because you can put one treat in each box and then you can do a massive box with loads of those inside. So let's talk a little bit about the, let me take this away. Let's talk a little bit about the layers that I mentioned. So basically, when I say layers, what I mean is, maybe you would get this one, put some treats inside, close the edges like this, and then it becomes a great treat, hiding treats kind of dispositive, right? But if you give your dog this one, he's gonna destroy in, I'm gonna bet like 1 minute, maybe 4 minutes, if your dog is really, really slow on destroying things and opening those games. But Marvin is going to destroy this in 30 seconds. So what I normally do is, I will get a treat, put it inside of the paper, wrap the paper, put the paper inside this, and then close, right? So I already added one layer to that. And then I could put this one, with a few more treats, I could put this inside of another box. Maybe not gonna fit this one. Let's put in this one. So maybe I'll put this one with a few other treats over here in this one. So what I want your dog to do is open this box, find a few treats over there, and then think, there is another box, I'm gonna destroy that one as well. And then find the other treats there. So then you already have 3 layers here, right? And then I might put an elastic band over here. And then I possibly could put this inside an envelope and put a treat in there as well. And then I close it like this. And then I could even put inside another box. So I could get this big box, put this one inside, and even put more stuff, right? So I could do this one with a treat inside this, which goes inside something else, maybe this one. And then inside of the box. So here I have probably 10 to 20 minutes exercise, which is a lot, right? Because we're not talking about an exercise that is physical. We're not talking about an exercise that they know how to do, they cracked it, it's really easy. No, we're talking about something that they need to think about, right? So you're gonna use quite a lot of energy from them. A few things about this. You need to know where your dog is at, right? So we're not building this for every single dog in the same way. Each dog gonna have a completely different way to use mental stimulation, like recycling bin mental stimulation, okay? There is other ways to do it. This one is a cheap and very eco-friendly way to do it as well. So let's say that your dog never did this. Then you're not gonna add any layers. You're gonna start with this one. And you're just gonna use this one. Not gonna use anything else. There is no need for that. Your dog still needs to learn how to open this one and how to, do I have to throw, like, do I have to take a piece off and then put it on the floor to then hold it again? Do I hold it with my paws? If I throw it on the floor, does the treat comes out? So there is a lot of learning there already, okay? So if you never did any mental stimulation with this, only with certain puzzle toys, you start with something easy. You start giving them something that is very easy to do and very rewarding, okay? Then after this, then you can start adding maybe the paper. Remember that we put a paper inside here? Then after this, when your dog learns how to do both things and doesn't give up in the middle of the play, then you start adding more layers, okay? So you're always gonna ask your dog. So your dog gonna be the one who's gonna tell you, oh yeah, I'm ready to go forward, or no, I need something a bit easier. So if you give to your dog looks at it and say, don't know what to do with this. Thank you, but I don't want it. I'm just gonna go sniff on the floor. Then this could be too difficult, right? Maybe you need to start with the paper. Just a few treats inside the paper that your dog can sniff and then destroy it straight away. Easy peasy. And if your dog is really good and your dog is really persistent and you have been done this for a long time, then you start adding layers and layers and layers and layers and layers, right? This one, for example, the last layer that I want to show you is that sometimes I get a string and I put this on my stairs and then it's wobbly. So Marvin would have to either destroy the box while it's still wobbly, or he would have to cut the string, then the box on the floor, then he opens, right? So another layer, and it really makes him very happy to try to figure out how to do those things, okay? So if your dog is disengaging from any of this, remember, try different treats, try other things, but remember as well to make it easier, because we don't want them to disengage from our mental stimulation. We want them to be very happy with that, okay? So this is my idea for mental stimulation when we don't have many toys or when we need something a little bit long lasting. You can put your toys inside of this, and it doesn't have to be treats, it can be the dog's food, okay? So that's it. I hope you liked it, and I'm gonna do a video. If you like this video, let me know, because I am planning to do one with toys, and I just want to make sure this is useful for you. So let me know if you want to know a little bit more about the best toys that I use and how I like doing mental stimulation with toys, and I'm gonna show you that too. See you soon.